Hey Stampers, Gaynor again. Right, have you ever battled with these little things rolling around on your desk, finding a little spot, or trying to open a bag to put them in and take them out, and it's a pain in the bum? So I've made myself a little, these are loose, these are just spare ones. I've made one for the Jute and it fits all 5 packets. A little bit tight, but I suppose once your rolls go down a little bit. And I've also made one for the Essentials pack. Now the Essentials pack holds 5, and then these are the new hot air balloon ones. The Up and Away, or Lift Me Up. So then you've got Flirty Flamingo, Lemon Lolly and Pool Party. So this little container holds 8 of the little baker's twine, which I've wrote on. And this holds 5 of the Jute twine, because they all come in a bundle. So I'm going to make myself another one now to show you how I made them both. I mean, they'll stack next to each. I've got a little container, so I'll be able to keep my... And I've got a little nail polish stand to hold the others, but I'd sooner have them all in one go. But how cute! How cute! I love it. And I mean, I've wrapped this all the way around, and it's using those... You can see the join there. You could have the join right up here. It's entirely up to you, where you could literally just wrap maybe 1/4 of an inch and then take it to the edge. But nobody's going to see the back. I could use my cute little labels. These are the ornate dies. Oh wow, look at that one. Can you imagine that on there, just to say Jute twine? Oh, let's do that actually. I've got one ready for my little blue one, which I've already wrote baker's twine on. So let's get that rolled out, because it's already there on my pool party paper. So I'm going to have a tiny little cute one. I love that. It looks like a proper label off a book or off a little box or something. So I just thought it looked really cute, and it fits on there gorgeous. I mean, if I had a stamp saying Jute twine, baker's twine, that'd be great, but you can just write it on. So I've got I'm using Pebble Path for the Jute, and I'm using the same one again, Pool Party, for the baker's twine. And I just cut a small piece in here, so let's cut this little one out and see what that looks like. I can pop that in my spares now. Do you know when you go through your labels and you think, oh, they're cute, just the perfect size as well for what I'm cutting out. So let's get this wound straight. I might have to go through it and fetch it back. And the best way to do it is to lift it up. Oh, perfectly cut out. Look at that. And I can use some of that for something else. So simple, but we all struggle for little desk organisation. So, and I thought this was the cutest little thing possible. Look at that. Oh, I lifted that up and everything stayed apart from that one. Look at that. And now that on my other box once my paper goes down. Oh, how posh that looks. Let's get rid of those bits. Bear with me 2 seconds. And they just take a wipe and a flick. There we go. My little plate is good. I bought new plates just because sometimes when you rush your paper through and you've cut paper and it leaves little fragments inside the plates. Let me just show you. Sometimes little shards of paper can get stuck in between your cut holes, and after so long, after your die cutting out, it embeds it then, especially into the Whisper White or the Very Vanilla or the Basic White now. So change your plates regularly, but don't get rid of it. Put it on the bottom, cut through, and then you put a new top, and then when that one's ready, that one's knackered, push that one down and just rotate them, so you're only replacing one at a time. So you're going to need a piece. This is 5 7/8 by 5 3/4, and it just gives me that snug fit, which, because you don't want them, if you pull one out, you don't really want them flopping all over the place, so you can just easily pop it back in. Same with these. This is pretty tight, but once you wear these jute twines down, best thing I do is put your twine in at the bottom and it's not hanging out at the top. I know some people that thread them, or I've just thought about, if you undo it, thread it through, and some people just unravel them constantly by pulling them up like that, but I can't be bothered with that. And that's if you don't want to take the container out, but thread it through and you just pull the top and you've got your bakers. You can do it with the other one as well, so, but I prefer to just tuck it away nice and neat. I don't want threads poking out the top, and this is only 3/4 of an inch wide. These are pretty full, but this expands. It's cardstock, so for the little one, which is this one, we're gonna look at the bits now. This is 5 7/8 by 5 3/4, and believe it, this one's smaller. That one's 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. So on the 5 7/8 side, is that the one? That's the one. On the 5 7/8, which is the long side, you're going to score at 1.5, and then literally I'd take that up to 6 inches and then just score 1.5 again. So take that up to 6 and come back to 4.5. That just means you've got 1.5 either side, or you can just turn it round and score 1.5 either side. And then on the short side, which is your 5 3/4, we're simply going to score this at 1.5. Let's turn that around because I want the writing inside. So 1.5 and 3. So we're basically 2 score lines one way and 2 score lines the other. So we've got 1.5 either side, 1.5 and 3. I'll do the other one with you in a moment. Grab my little scissors. Now you're going to cut up the center one and they're going to notch in. Don't matter how wide. Don't notch the bottom one. Just keep that nice and straight. You can notch this one. In fact, I reckon you should notch this one because you don't want too much bulk. And then just fold the bottom one and the top one, and then take about 3/8 of an inch off, because this is going on the inside. This will come on the outside and this will hide that patch. That way you've got no interruptions when you're putting in your reels of spool. So up to the line, mitre, cut the score on the score line there, and then just mitre that one away. And again, this time just fold up, take away that much. So simple. And if you want to save on cardstock, you can cut this down and have a section on the front, at the sides, and then a little bit at the front, and not even bother with the back, because I've wrapped mine all the way round. So now we're going to use our bone folder, and we're just going to burnish this nice. And if you know when you get those little naddly bits sticking up the end, now's the time to trim them up. Keep everything nice and neat. Again, just burnish. Just check in for little gnarly bits. Right, this time, like I'm saying, we're going to add some glue on the outside here. can use your tearing tape. So I'm just gonna literally waft my glue. You don't need tons on this one. Like I'm saying, this piece is going on the inside so there's no interruptions. And you just want to hold that back piece there just while you adhere that down. Don't worry if it comes away because you're going to glue that in a second. And then again, we're going to pop this round, fold this over, pop this across. You can do it all at the same time if you want to glue it at the same time. It's just so I know how to keep that together just while I glue that little inner piece. And then nobody's going to see these nasty little bits because we're going to glue that panel. And then this is where our designer series paper is going. So this time right the way up to the score line and right the way along the back there. And then this time keeping this level along the bottom and a level with the back, so there's no join there. Flip it over gently and again go in with your bone folder. Try not to pull it apart. And then the same with this side. So go right up to your score line and make sure you get right along the edges. And then again, fold this, making sure it's bang on level with the back here. I mean, like I'm saying, if you want to save on designer series, this is only tiny and cute anyway. Don't worry about the writing inside, no one's going to see it. So look how nice and neat that is along that edge and along that one. So you don't even really need a piece of designer series paper. I mean, you could just literally wrap this round to the side and leave it there. But I'm just marking with my fingers. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold that over and make sure that flap is level with this edge, and then where I've folded again, I'm just going to keep that level. It's only a guide, but I'm not going to glue the first bit down yet. I'm going to do the front, I'm going to do the side. I mean, like I say, you can stop here. I'm going to pinch that again. And then I'm just going to fold that over. Keeping my designers. Now this is that new stuff. This is that stippled blossom, is it? It's the freebie one at the celebration. So you can earn this for free. This is one I wasn't too fussed on, but I like this paper. And then what I'm going to do is lift my flap. So I'm making sure it's nice and tight all the way around. And now this is going to be my first piece that I glue down. Can you see? So this is my overhang, making sure it's nice and straight. And I've got that nice crease in there. I mean, you could glue that and leave it loose, but now this is where I'm going to start at the back. And I'm just going to attach glue. I'm only going to go halfway. I want to make sure I've got a nice little border, top and bottom. Well, that's pretty much close to the bottom. My next flap, and I just do exactly the same, making sure it's nice and neat. And I've got my tiny little gap here, and then this is the front of the box. So cute. You can just lay this down and rummage it, and then when we close this bit, we just got to make sure that it's tucked in there beautiful. Give that a little rub, give some, go along the score line so you know it's glued. I saw a lady making a little hand sanitizer box, and I thought, oh well, I do use hand sanitizer, but I don't take any out with me. There's always one in the card, but it's a large one. And it's only really if we've got something sticky while we're out that we tend to use it. So that is cute. Now take your large scissors and just cut from corner to corner. You can do that before you decorate. And that is the cutest little gift. But you can, well, I just think it's the cutest little thing ever. So I'm not going to write on this one. I'm just going to add some dimensionals just to add it on the front, because I've already got a little box, but I will add my loose bits. I'm sure I've got some more somewhere. Oh look, I found another one. I got another little baker's twine. These come in card kits, and I'm saying, I've got them dotted everywhere. So let's pop this on there just to make it look so cute. Oh, isn't that cute? You can write on there if you want. So now I've got the rest of mine. I can just I'm going to add the 4 in there, because this is linen thread, and those are the other 2 baker's twine from other card kits from many moons ago. So I've got 4 in there, but you've also get these large ones as well. So anything to keep my little desk tidy. Oh, look at that. That's cute. Let me put the baker's twine at the front. I reckon you would get 2 of those in there and a couple of extras, but look how cute and tidy. And look, they're all, you could glue them back to back. Put a nice little cute handle on there. You've got a little carry station for your twines. I don't like it when they unravel. Am I a fuss pot? Get tuck in there, out the way. I think this was from, oh, I can't remember. There was a nice little designer series box that came with it, and I think it was the orange one and this one that came in the kit. It was like one of them embellishment kits with felt in there. I think it came with the, you know, the Craft With Me set. But look, I've got 6 in, I've got 5 small and a large, but it will hold 8. So you can get your essentials pack, which is 5, and another set which is from, like I say, the Lift Me Up. But how cute are those? So you've got your baker's twine. Right, now for our large one to hold the Jute Twine. Yeah, I get it right. Now this is square. It doesn't matter which way you put this in. This is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. So we're going to score this at 3. Am I going to score that at 3? I've got that as 3, and I want to, because that's my back bit. Let me just check that I've scored that at 3. No, I have. Gaynor, you want that as, that's your back piece, and then you're going to score this at 4 1/4. So it's 3 and 3 3/4, and then you're going to turn it 90 degrees, and you're going to score this at 3/4, and that's easiest for me to just spin it round and score again at 3/4, or you can score this at 3/4 and 5. And again, we're going to basically going to do the same, and we're going to trim. You no need to cut these down any smaller, and just a tiny shot this time, because it's a small. You just need a tiny little bit on this one. There it is. I wonder where the other piece is gone. And then the same on this side. Just tiny little shards, you don't need a lot. And we're just basically going to do the same again. What I don't know whether to wrap it this time or just cut it apart. So we'll see on this one. So fold. And fold. And again, we're going to tuck this one in. In fact, we're going to tuck this one in first. That one's going to go on the outside and this one is going to close it all up. But instead, just close that and add glue. You can add glue like I did with the other one on a little bit. But because it's longer, it's not the same size, it will glue itself shut basically. And keep those right level with the back there. Get a little bit of it will dry clear, I'm just being a fuss pot. And again, you can put your bone folder in. So we've got a nice neat little edge, one little glue line, and again tuck your large one in, that way there's no interference in and out, you've got a nice smooth edge. Tuck your little one in, and then we're just going to glue our flap. Right the way to the edge, all along the score line, and then we're just going to fold this across, keeping that nice and level. And what I've done there, I haven't trimmed off the score line like I normally do, but I'm literally just gonna tidy that little bit up. So I've got perfect edges. Well, they're not perfect, nothing's perfect in this world, but they're nice and neat. And I think I prefer this white, this colour actually, this pebbled path. Look, see, again, you don't have to put anything on the back. We're going to add these there. My scissors are small enough, and again you're just going to take your scissors and cut to the corner, and from the corner down we're going to take the sides off. That's so cute, I love it. Isn't that pretty? And then we're going to pop. And I've got these in colour order, so it's copper clay, wild wheat, I think it is anyway. Then we've got pebbled path. Let me look at my colours because I've got it's copper clay. Oh, it's copper clay, wild wheat, boho blue, moody mauve, and then it's pebbled path. Because I've got my inks in order of the colour they are in the magazine. I know, I'm sad, but I've got OCD as they call it. So tuck that in, and look, fits lovely. And like I'm saying, if you want your threads hanging out the top, so you can literally just hold the container and pull, and it will unthread and feed it through the centre. But I'm using this beautiful stippled paper. Oh, I think my my blade's ready for changing. It's getting a bit frayed. So what I might do this time is just 3/4 of an inch and fold. Just fold that over. I might just do the 3 sides this time, that way I can tell you if you want to save on, because like you say, no one's going to see the back. So I've got my 3/4. I'm going to glue that across there, giving myself a nice little border top and bottom, and then I'm going to fold 3/4 there. So let's just pinch that, take that across, keeping sure you've got it edge to edge. So that's the side, this is the front, and now I need to cut off 3/4 of an inch. So let me get my trimmer. Pamela, I don't know if you've ever watched right, I've got my score line. I'm taking it to the 3/4 inch mark, and I'm keeping my paper just along this line here so it's nice and straight. I'm going to trim that off. This one will just save on paper. Now this piece measures 5 7/8. No, actually it's 5 7/8. Perfect. Oh, wrong side. So now I can just glue this beautiful paper on my front and sides. And if you get a little bit of angle, but don't worry, because you can go in there with a trimmer or some scissors and cut off the excess. But like you say, no one's going to see it. Again, I'm just going to maneuver from, I want to check my paper's in the right way. So I can push and use my bone folder because my contents is now full. Gives me something to press on. That's nice and stuck down. And then I'm just going to go along the edges of my paper. And then I'm just going to make sure it's lined up beautiful. Get my little scissors. Any little bits that fray out, that's just from the corner I cut off earlier. I'm just being mega fussy. And then we got our little flap right up to the score line and over the score line. I wish I had the really neat handwriting. And then I'm just going to wrap that round, making sure I've got it nice and square. Oh, that is so cute. Look at that. And then if you get a tiny little, or just get your bone folder and crease. Nobody's going to see the back unless you're going to stand there and go, look, look, look. And again, you could glue 2 of these together and maybe add some, I've got like spools of elastic. Just put your odds and sods, and it'll also hold, let me take that one out. This one will also hold, I've got 2 little tape runners here. If I go in downwards, it also holds 2 of my tape runners and my jute twine. Anything for little desk tidies. Love it. I can't say enough. These are so handy. Now, all I got to do now is add this beautiful, beautiful label. I mean, maybe I could cut a white one out and just get somebody to write the words on there for me, because I've got terrible handwriting. Well, I can have a good hand one day, and then the next day it's like spiders crawled across the page. Do you ever get like that, kids? Right, press, press, press. These are from a card kit, so these stick out a little bit further than most. I love, well, I'm not really, I wasn't too fussed on that, but I do like this pebbled path. And then I'm adding that on there. Look how cute that looks. So I've got one for my runners. And put my lid away. So we saved on designer series paper, but like I'm saying, if you want to be fussy, you could trim off a little bit now, because that was going to be under my flap. You can cut that off, or you can make an even bigger piece to fill the whole back piece. But I think that they're so cute. I love them. So I've got my baker's twine, I've got my jute, and I've also got a little holder to put my tape runners in, and it will hold 2 of them. Let me get another one out just to show you. Dana gets these cheap because this one is for vellum. It's called Plus. It's called glue tape, and it's for vellum, so you can't see where you've glued with the vellum. But look, it holds 2 of my little tape runners, and if I turn them in that way, oh no, I'll turn it back one way. There you go. Look, 2. It holds 2 little desk organisers for your jute, twine, and your baker's twine. David's got I'd like to serve. So there we have it. I hope you'll give it a go. I will hold up the measurements now. So for the jute one, it's 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. You score one side at 3 3/4, and then turn it 90 degrees and score 3/4 either end. If you want the wraparound piece, it's 1 7/8 by 10.5, and if you just want the piece that covers the front and sides, so I'll put front and sides, you'll need one at 1 7/8 by 5 7/8. This does the back as well. I haven't worked it out for the little one. I'm just going to wrap mine round. And then the baker's twine is 6 by 5 3/4. The long side you will score at 1.5, both ends. And then turn it to the short side and score at 1.5 and 3. And your designer series paper then is 1 3/8 by 10. And it gives you that lovely little fold over. I mean, you can make that smaller by doing 9.5, but it's not doing any harm. It adds to the strength of the little box. But they're just the cutest little things ever. So I put my little desk tidy in there. I've got space on my desk now for my jute twine and my tape runner. So I've got a little section there. I'm going to leave those there, and then these will fit just on the back of my little shelf. As always, I'll put my little twiny things, but I love them, so cute. So this is the one we just made, and this one, I hope you give them a go. They are, I mean, I've had ribbon boxes. These are too small to go in a ribbon box really, but this is perfect. So you'll get one that fits 8. Or you can have the ones that hold the fat ones, but you can definitely get another one in there and another 2 in there, or another 3 in there actually. But yeah, I just think they're cute little organisers for your desk, and keeps all your bits in one place. There we have it. I hope you've enjoyed. Till next time, girls. Bye. Oh, and all glory to our Lord and Saviour, who's coming home soon. Who's coming back soon to take us home to be with him in the clouds. He gives us these wonderful talents to share with everybody, and just to hopefully pass on a little message that Jesus loves you and he's coming soon to take us home. God bless you all. Take care. Bye.